lost turnovers. We didn't get pressures on the guy. This dude, Cooper Rush, didn't get sacked, to your point, Wally. Didn't get sacked all day long. So I don't care. You take any NFL quarterback who sits back there and doesn't get rushed, he'll pick you off.
Yeah, what I'm gonna add to that is like if you look at dude's stats, like why I'm saying the running game was an issue is that he had 19 carries for 86 yards and averaging 4.5 yards a carry. That's probably his best game this year.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That is like the reason why Cooper Rush is able to get yardage and doing well because now they're in second and short. They're in third and short. They're not in third and long. Like that's what I'm saying. Like they need this when you play against a bad running team, you got to get them in third and long. Period. Like this is a bad running team, and you're opening up the playbook now for Mike McCarthy and the Dallas Cowboys offense. Regardless, like that's if you make them one dimensional, then you get what you're talking about. Rush is now, if you're one dimensional, now you're pinning your ears back because now it's third and long. There's no third and long now because you're taking away. Because he's averaging 4.5 yards a pop. You're in second and 5. You're in third. How many times did we see him in third and 2? How many times this game did we see him in third and long?
They didn't go third and long. They only had 11 third downs. They only converted 2. So
exactly.
They was converting a lot of second downs.
Yeah, because they're in short. They're all in short.
They're second down conversion.
Go ahead, DH. You want to say something? I don't want to cut you off.
And another thing, man. The secondary, bro. Like, let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you this, and I mean this wholeheartedly. They better find some glue. They better find some tape. They better do whatever they got to do to get Marshon Lattimore on the field. Because if I see another possession with Benjamin St-Juste, I'm going to lose my mind. He is always in the wrong spot. He always costs us a penalty. And he has not made enough plays to be devoid of those penalties. Michael Davis, Benjamin St-Juste, Emmanuel Forbes, and I'm missing somebody else. And Noah Igbenogany should not be on this roster next year. Marshon Lattimore and Mikey Sainristil, and you go find other free agents and you draft because I'm gonna tell you, these guys suck. And I said this, and I'm pissed because, and I just talked to D Mitty about this. I said, do not get on our show anymore and cape for Benjamin St-Juste. He is terrible.
Terrible.
He's awful.
Yes.
He's never in the right position, bro. Like one thing they teach you about playing corner is getting your head turned around. His head is always in the wrong direction. And he's not fast. He feel like his feet is in cement. Like, bro. And then I'm not even gonna get on Sainristil because I believe he's a great player. But there was one play where it was 2nd and 1, 3rd and 1. He's playing 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. Like, what are we doing? Like, I love Joe Witt and I love Dan Quinn, and they're really good during the week with press conferences saying we want to arrive violently, make plays and do all this stuff. But y'all not doing that.
That's right.
Y'all arriving violently and not wrapping up. Like, come on, dog. I'm tired of this. They've been selling us stuff every week. They've been selling us that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And then the team get out there and takes a dump in the bed, bro. Like, this is not acceptable anymore. At what point in the time do you have to get back and say, bro, this is just unacceptable? Like, when you get up on the press conference, you got to be like, bro, we need to tackle first.
Yeah,
like,
what?
Big hits, they can have all that. But they need to tackle, bro. And stop trying to strip the ball. They try to strip the ball every play, and they're missing tackles.
Yep.
Like, I get it. You need that. But I'm like, bro, you got to make the tackles first, bro.
Here's a question for you guys. Go. I'm sorry, George. Question.
No, because I want to add to what Glenn's point about the lack of pressures. You got the announcer saying, well, they're going to blitz Bobby Wagner, and that's what they're doing. So, and because Dallas is trying to take Frankie Louvu away, where are the adjustments? Where are the different can you do something different? Because it's obviously not working. Like, the announcers are calling it out. They're doing the same thing. They're taking this guy and using him this way. And it's like, when it doesn't work, can we try something else? Can we have a little bit of something different? Some kind of a different blitz? Heck, blitz Ben St-Juste. He ain't worth the damn in coverage anyway. DH just broke it down for you perfectly.
And for the most part, defense played well for that first half. But this happens every week. Defense plays well into a point when the offense doesn't show up. And then what happens is all our defensive issues are now illuminated, because at the end of the day, if defense doesn't get the stop when it's needed, they lost the game for us. But if we want to be honest, the offense hasn't showed up in weeks. To your point, Glenn, you did say that. The offense doesn't get off the bus. And for us to have a fourth quarter explosion and then to do nothing the first 3 quarters is frustrating. to have John Bates fumble the ball when he's your blocking tight end.
Bro,
Ben Sinnott should be getting touches.
Yep.
Ben Sinnott is your explosive tight end. He should be getting all those plays up the middle of the field. He should be getting those touches. But John Bates, who you rarely throw to, he gets the ball and then he swiftly fumbles the football. And then the first play of the game, Brian Robinson gets his leg rolled up on. When you're running out of shotgun in this, like, bro, come on, dog. Like, it feels like we're snake bitten, bro. I knew it, bro. It's happening. We get those plays on special teams. We can't do anything with it, bro. We get the block. That Aubrey decides that he wants to miss today. And then another thing, I had to just tell people on Twitter, I'm like, bro, Dan Quinn trusted Seibert to make the field goal to cut it to a 7-point game. You don't think he's going to trust him to tie it up at the end of the game? Because, yeah, everybody is easy to say go for 2 after the fact.
Yeah,
but
it's like, I agree with that. Yeah.
You know, they're going to trust him to make the field goal. That's why he's there. And he's made 25 or 27 this year. He just had a bad game today, so you can't be mad at that decision. Granted, it would have been nice if it went for the 2 and try to win the game. But then if we don't get in,
we'd be mad too. We'd be mad.
You just rolled out your best. Hold on. People got to realize you just rolled out your best 2-point play on the last series. Right? You just rolled out your bat. So guess what? Guess what they prepared for? And to George's point, we talked beyond air. Terry just hit an 86-yarder. So now you have no timeout. So you got to get your guys lined up because you don't want to take the penalty on the field goal. So you got to get everybody lined up as quickly as possible. And so if you're not going to put the ball in Jaden Daniels' hands, not Daniel Jones, and Jaden Daniels' hand, then you're gonna put it in Terry's. But Terry just ran 86 yards. You got to make the substitution there. But one point I wanted to make, I'm gonna ask you guys this, and guys in the chat, I want you guys to understand: if Washington had won this game, right? Do you think they had deserved? Did they deserve to win this game?
No.
If they had won this game, do you just think they deserve to win this game?
Glenn,
no. If they won this game, the conversation is different.
Glenn, I promise you, because I was sitting here, even though I had the wrong link, I was sitting in the show, like just waiting. And so then when Terry scored the touchdown, and I'm like, and if we would have won the game, I still would have been like, bro, like we don't deserve it.
Yep.
Like it's great to win, but I'm like, we have so many problems. And this is what wasn't said after the Bears win, because we were so hung up on the Hail Mary that we just said, you know what, forget it. We won. But bro, if we'd have won this game, we still would have had to mention all the problems, because leaving it up to come down to the last play, like, bro, you don't win those games. And when you have 59 minutes to win the game, you shouldn't expect to win it in minute 60, bro. Like, you can't, bro. And it has to stop. And while I know Cliff is getting some heat, like, I don't even think it's all Cliff. I think some of this stuff is just it's ability. I think guys are hurt. And then we still are not as good as we think we are at positions. We need a good running back, because Brian Robinson, I love you to death, bro, but you cannot stay healthy for nothing. And we need to change the pace, home run hitting type running back. We need someone like Devin A. Chain. Like, we need guys like that, somebody with some speed, somebody that you can take it to the house. Like, Brian Robinson is great to be a thumper, but we need some additional help. Austin Eckler is old. Jeremy McNichols is nice. Christian Gonzalez, Rodriguez. Yeah, they're all like Brian Robinson. Like, we need a home run hitting type of running back.
Hey, we forgot to, while we've given people the boo-boo list, you got to give Jaden Daniels one. And I'll be that guy again today. All right?
No, I think you're right.
Jaden Daniels' stuff was high.
He wasn't great.
His stuff was behind. He was kind of off a little bit today. All right. And some of this wasn't even the fact that he was being rattled. It was just he was high. He was Dallas put him in a position where he had to throw over people, around people. He got some good balls. Again,
he ran well.
He ran well, and there was some things that didn't. Some receivers didn't catch, like Noah Brown didn't catch, right? Didn't catch well. There was some that hit his hand today, and he dropped.
Can we talk about Noah Brown? Do people want to have a real honest discussion about Noah Brown?
Yeah, let's have it.
You want to have
okay. Yeah, let's have that.
Okay, he's been living off the Hail Mary
for sure.
Let's have the real and if you want to keep it being, like, really watch, because I know we like to choose our villains. As fans, we like to choose our villains. Because I try to be, I have my villains as well sometimes, but I be trying to learn. I try to do right, and I try to do better and give people their flowers even when I'm wrong, right? But old boy has been dropping passes. He dropped passes last week. He's dropping passes this week, and we talk about other, like, if it was number 2 doing this, y'all be real mad right now. I'd be real mad right now. And I'm telling you, this dude has not been as reliable as we try to gas him up to be.
And
like
speaking,
the Hail Mary was great. It was great. Don't get it twisted. But we gotta stop living off that because he's been dropping passes that make it. And I've always said this: when you got a young quarterback, you gotta have guys out there to make his life easy. Kickers, receivers, everything. You know what I mean? Now if he makes some of those passes that Jayden is scrambling, with Jayden's probably more on his own. He's probably feeling more comfortable. But do they make catches that he's supposed to be making? And just like this regime, how they judge certain players and say, okay, if you're not stepping up, you're gonna go next man up. I don't need you having your favors or whatever you feel like you need to. Like, get next man up. Let the other dude get the opportunity because he had a series where it was like, dude, why are you out here? Like, why are you out here?
Wally, and in this offense, bro, he's getting primarily most of the targets.
Yes, that's the thing. Yes.
And I've been seeing this with the offense, right? I think of course it's Terry 1, but I think after that, like I think it's receiver by committee, bro. Like they have to find out the best guys. And then they mentioned something that Terry lines up on the left side all the time, bro. They need to move him around, bro. You need to move him around and find ways to scheme him open because he's your most reliable target. He's your best wide receiver. Like you need to find a way to get him open. And I truly believe that if you have a dynamic second receiver, that will actually free up Terry a little more because then they'll be threatened by him as well. But they're not threatened by anybody else. That's why Terry got one target last week and then didn't really get a whole bunch of targets today because, you know, you could kind of if we lock him down, we fine because nobody else going to make a play.
Hold on. I'm going to get Terry some smoke too. Terry got locked down last week by a rookie and he got knocked down by a no-name corner this week.
I mean, he wasn't locked down. He was actually open. So he was open. Jaden to make the throw.
He was open on the last one.
No, it's about Jaden. Early on. Jay, no, this is the thing we gotta stop doing that. Like when people say you got locked down, you're open and nobody throws you the ball. That don't mean you locked down. I mean, dude ain't throwing you the ball.
The ones that he was thrown to, that dude was on.
I'm saying, like when you keep saying when people say locked down, like the same thing we said when week 1, week 2, week 3, when folks are like Terry ain't getting open, he open, dude ain't throwing him the ball. That's what it is. And I'm not even trying to throw shade on the QB. When somebody open, if I'm open, I'm not getting the ball, and somebody says they're locking me down. How does that make me like? That's not on me.
Wally, that's scheme too, bro. I feel like they really got to move Terry around to find ways to get him the ball, bro. They got to move him around.
But I'll say this though, like he
ain't the only guy because we was praising and we were singing praises, and I love.
No, I'm just saying you got to throw. Yeah, go ahead.
You got to move the ball around, right? Terry, you got to go to your first read, you got to go to your second read. You can see him making progressions. Terry just wasn't there. He's not gonna. We talked about some of his strengths, right? We talked about Jayden Daniels' strength that he does not put the ball in harm's way. Yeah. So if Terry is bracketing, to Paul's point, if Terry is being covered, Jayden Daniels is not going to throw it his way because that's not what he does. He's not going to throw the ball when it's contested. He's going to try to find. He's going to try to find somebody else.
But we also seen too at the same time with Jayden, and we said this. We saw this in Tampa, like in the first couple of weeks. Terry be open. He's NFL open. He's not throwing the ball. NFL open, college open is different. That's all, and that's different. If you got for Jayden, you got to be wide open, and that's a fact. I'm not making this up. You got to be wide open, and that's college open, and that's what rookies got to deal with. And they got to learn. So I'm not even going to knock him for that. But in terms of like saying he's being locked, so for instance, if Terry had Patrick Mahomes throwing to on those specific plays, we wouldn't be saying he's locked down. We'd be saying he's getting the ball. You know what I mean? And but to DH's point, I'll say this, and I agree with you. But it's the only issue is that this is something Cliff Kingsbury has always done. Like he did this with D-Hop in Arizona. Like this is his thing. The receiver stays on one side. That's it. The main number, obviously, one stays on one side, and that's what it is. I agree with you. I think Terry is better utilized I think Terry is at his best when you move him around. I think he's at his best when you move him around.
Wally, at this point, your playoff life is in question.
Yeah.
What you've been doing is not working. So if you don't switch it, you're gonna drop to every team, and your offense is gonna suck. So that's the thing. I don't care, bro. If I do 200 YouTube shows and I'm not getting the love that I want, I got to do something different. Facts. I got to switch it up. Unless I want to continue to be average, unless I want to continue to be mid, I better switch it up. So they better take this week and they better figure out a way to get these guys open. They better figure out a way to score points, and they better figure out a way to bring the offense. I don't know if they need to fly a different plane, ride on a different bus, stay in a different hotel, but they need to figure out how to get the offense active and going early, because let me tell you, your defense has been holding on for dear life and trying their best to keep us in football games, as they've done, and the offense has sucked. Jayden Daniels has sucked. He has not played well. Receivers have dropped the football. We have to get better.
And the stats look better. One thing about this team and this thing that has to understand, they're in control of their own destiny, right?
Yes.
This team is sitting in the number 7 seed. They have a 2-game lead. They're in control of their own destiny. And tonight, I think this team will be back in a 2-game lead. I don't think San Francisco is going to win. I don't think LA is going to win. And so you look at those are the 2 teams that you're battling against. So again, they control their own destiny. DH, to your point, they have to get this thing right for next week, right? They got to get this thing right for next week. Hey, okay, let's chalk this one up. It's a divisional game. It's Dallas. Even though it's a bad Dallas game, it's a divisional game. Is a bad Dallas team. But they have to write this. Cliff Kingsbury got to answer questions. Dan Quinn got to answer questions. Joe Witt got to answer questions. They got to realize, as you said earlier, we got to go ahead and get some super glue. Go get some bionic man. We need Lattimore on the field. We need to see
Yes, we do.
There's some times that the St. Jude's didn't even turn their head today, right? Jeremy Chin went back to Jeremy Chin from 2 weeks ago today, right? I mean, let's be honest. Jeremy Chin took a step backwards today. Mikey didn't look good today, right? There was some things, except for the spot ball late fourth quarter. The secondary looked like there was a shovel today, and they shouldn't have been that way. You had 10 days off. You just did now, granted, they didn't give up a 100-yard rusher. And what's crazy about the stats, when you look at the stat line, the stat lines don't mean anything. Washington beat the Cowboys in every statistical category.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I'm like,
but a lot of that was at the end of the game too.
Yeah.
A lot of that was against
like
prevent.
The 100-yard rushing thing, though. Like to me, the running back was too effective.
Yeah,
he was too effective. That's like we can say that's just he was too effective. 4.5 yards from your number 1 running back who's getting up close to 20 carries is too effective. I'm sorry, for a team that doesn't run the football well, that's too effective. And you're not the reason why this Cowboys offense hasn't been potent for real because they can't run the football. So there's no balance. So we made them more balanced. We gave them something they haven't had all year. That's the problem. Like that's what makes me upset about like this unit that we came on and said this defense is getting a little better. Like you had an opportunity against like you don't stop the run. We know that. But you're playing against a team who can't run the football. And now you made them into a team that can run the football. That is a issue. And then also I want to say like the Bates thing. I do want to jump on this because I always had an issue with Bates playing. Like it bothers me that he plays and gets time. I'm not gonna lie, it does bother me. Like the whole thing, he's a good run because we get this a lot from him every year. We've seen Bates. Like we know the regime. I feel like we know the regime better about Bates more than they do. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. He drops passes, he fumbles the football. He does this. This is what he does. He's real lax with the football. He's a blocking tight end. That's what he is. Like putting him in a pass game, you're at your own risk. It's always like that to me. You're at your own risk when you put him at the passing game.
And when you draft a guy like Ben Sinnott, and then you're using John Bates, it doesn't make sense from a development standpoint. It doesn't make sense from a weapons standpoint. It makes absolutely no sense, period. And again, I don't watch practice, so I don't know what's going on, but that is never going to be kosher with anybody throwing Bates into and again, especially, you go back to last week, Jaden was under siege. It's like you need Bates in to help protect. You need Bates in for extra protection, and you're not doing that. And that whole thing, I've had enough of that. It's like if I see Bates in one more pass pattern, I'm going to go through that television. I'm going to strangle Cliff Kingsbury right in front of everybody.
All right, Latrell Sprewell. Hey, look, your prototypical tight end is on your practice squad. Why don't Cole Turner play?
Bruh.
So check this out. You activate 3 tight ends, right? To have you limit your activation of the tight ends to have more receivers. You only throw the 3 receivers in the first place anyway.
There you go.
So why don't you have 4 tight ends active? Have Ertz, have Sinnott, have Cole Turner active, and have Bates as your blocking tight end. Drop down one of those receivers. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to throw up the middle of the field anyway. You want to throw to the tight ends. Bruh, Cole Turner, at this point, because I'm telling you, if it's not working, you need to put in guys that can do it, man. Why not? Why not give him a look? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, he's your prototypical guy. He's the guy that can go up, climb the ladder, and make the play. He's rangy. He has the speed. He has the athleticism. Bruh, you have to find ways to get some of these guys the football because let me tell you, you keep relying on Zach Ertz, who's not fast enough, who is not reliable as he used to be. You know what I'm saying? Ben Sinnott needs to be getting way more targets. He needs to be the starting tight end. He needs to be the guy that's getting the plays. Because I mean, at the end of the day, you can't say that they don't know the offense. If you don't know the offense, you shouldn't be playing at all. You should be on the bench. But if it's
Turner don't drop a lot of passes. He don't drop a lot of passes for real.
Hey, Darnell, when have you seen Cole Turner drop any passes? Because he ain't been in the game.
Look at the game. Look at the yeah, I would say look at last year's stats. His drops weren't that. Yeah, I like Zach Ertz. I'm one of few. Like I thought Zach Ertz again had a decent game.
I thought he had a decent game too.
No,
I thought the ones he missed was thrown too high by Jaden. I thought the ones he missed was Jaden Daniels' fault. Not
I know. So my boy texted me. He said that like he ran his route was a little too flat. But I'm all for getting Ben Sinnott some burn. I will say this though, like the block thing, like Sinnott could block. Like I think that notion, like Sinnott can block, and he's more of a dual threat blocking receiving tight end than Bates. Like the threat of having Bates, Sinnott and play action go up the seams is way more dangerous, and his blocking is not bad. He blocks well. To be real with you, I've seen him in camp. He blocks well preseason. Yeah, he in the regular season last year he caught the ball. He didn't drop a lot of balls in the regular season. Preseason he dropped a couple. I won't lie to you, but in the regular season last year the drops aren't his thing. Like Turner's issue isn't really drops, but I feel you though, bro. I feel you.
But Darnell says, "Well, you're going to telegraph the play." I'm sorry, but I will happily be in two tight ends because, as you all have pointed out, outside of Terry McLaurin, most of these receivers aren't worth a darn anyway. So be in two tight ends and use Sinnott as your seam route guy because he's a legitimate threat. You're gonna have him out in the pass pattern, and you can still run the football out of a two tight end set just as easily. Since it's probably a better run blocker than a pass blocker at this point anyway.
My thing is that it's not if you have Sinnott out there, he's the type of dude that doesn't kind of tip your hand to me, in my opinion. He doesn't tip your hand. Like if you have Sinnott and say you have Sinnott and Zach Ertz, that's a good combo. Like you don't tip your hand for real compared to Bates. Like Bates is like. Yeah, you're not tipping your hand, but even when you get him out in the passing game, it's not as a threat. When you have Sinnott now and Ertz, it's more of a threat because now you got Zach Ertz, who's compared to all of them, is a way better route runner than all of them. So I'm gonna put that with Zach Ertz between the rest of our tight ends, he's a way better route runner than all of them. But now you have Sinnott, who's athletic, young, go up the seam, who can make big plays. It's hard to bring down. If you watch the Jets, what he did in that preseason game. Also. That was his resume in college at Kansas State. So I'm just saying, like, it's just more dangerous. Bates has always been this guy from college to now. He's a blocking tight end. That is what he is. That is when he catches the ball, it's a bonus. That is him, right? And it is what it is. But like, I'm with y'all though. Like Cole Turner, but if you have Cole Turner, you can put Cole Turner in there and mix it and match it up with Cole Turner and Zach Ertz's role and have Sinnott. You can do both. And still, you're not tipping your hand. You know what I mean? You're not really tipping your hand. Like for instance, we had Jordan Reed. Didn't we still run the football? We had Jordan Reed out there. Yes. Was that tipping your hand? No. We had Jordan Reed, and we had old boy who now does games. What's my guy? Logan Paulson.
Logan Paulson. Yeah.
Logan Paulson. We were both out there. They were both out there. Did we tip our hand? No. We do play action, and we ran, and we did play action, and we actually ran the football.
Bro, it's so frustrating to watch them, bro. Like I was watching, and it was just like we got into so many third and unmanageable situations so quick. Like and I've been an advocate of the tempo type offense that they do. I've been an advocate of that, but I feel like they need to slow down. Like some situations, let's slow down. Let's kind of talk this through and kind of figure it out. They want to go quick, they want to go fast, but it doesn't matter if you're not getting first downs. Like. Yeah. Go like slow down a little bit. Let's get the play in there. Let's get it. Let's make it work. And then also too, man. I complain about this a lot, but and you can't do anything about it. But this team is so banged up, it's not even funny. Yeah. And even with the 10-day break, we just look tired. We look sluggish. We just look beat up, man. And I can't use the bye week to blame that anymore because it is what it is. But it's just, man, it seems like we're just limping to get to this point. And then a game that, a couple months ago you would thought is going to be easy, the Titans, they beat the Texans today. And,
in Houston.
Yes. And, it's funny. I saw this graphic last week it's like the wheel of whatever they called it, but every team like has gotten beaten. It's like all these weird wins and weird losses that teams are taking. While Dallas got smoked by Houston.
Me too.
Dallas came and beat us, and then the Titans beat the Texans, and it's like, I mean, it's just tough, bro. And it's a true point that there's so much parity in the league, and it's any given Sunday, anybody can get beat. And I even had to put some of this on myself, bro, because I just knew we was gonna beat Dallas today, bro. I just knew it.
They've been beating up on the bad team, so you were right to think that.
I had my sermon this morning and everything, bro. I really thought we was gonna beat Dallas, and I didn't even worry, man. Like, this is not like Sundays of old, bro. I was like, oh, we good, man. I ain't worried about them. We gonna beat them. And then sure enough, as this game was going on and we couldn't score, I was just like, goodness gracious. It's tough, man. It's tough because I feel like we're getting right back we're getting into the thick of it, how we really are. Like we're starting to understand what team we really are. We performed well early in the season, but we're not as good as we think we are, and we still have so many holes that need to be filled. And you can't take anybody lightly, bro. You can't. And I know they didn't take this team lightly, but you just can't take anybody lightly, man, because anybody can get beat, man. That anytime, any place, anywhere. I don't want to hear none of that no more, bro. Yeah, it need to be for you. It need to be for us. It need to be like anytime, any place, anywhere, we can play good football and go get a dub. But other than that, bro, like, I don't want to hear no more quotes. I don't want to hear no more about brotherhood. I want to hear about wins. I want to hear about wins, and I want to hear about what y'all doing to get better. Because all this, we did. No, forget that brotherhood stuff. Y'all gonna have to earn this check, bro. Y'all, because y'all set us up. Y'all told the fans that we're a good ball club by winning 7 games early when we only had you to pick to win 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And they got to get it together. I don't want to hear no more quotes. I don't want to hear no more brotherhood. I don't want to hear no more coach speak. I need to hear that we're a bad team and we need to get better and we're willing to do it at all costs. That's what I want to hear this week.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. I just think that now, like, it's time to like focus on what you need to focus on, get on tap and stop making excuses, but kind of like really address what's going on. Stop sugarcoat. Stop trying to like hide things.
Say that again. Really, really address it, because I noticed that in Joe Witt's press conference, right? Like, I love him. Like, as a guy, I love him, but he says a lot, like, he's honest. He says a few things, but it's like, bro, your secondary is bad, bro. Like, say that. I need you to say that. He's not gonna say that, but I need you to identify and really say that your secondary is bad, bro.
I just feel like show it, like, not show you. Well, you don't gotta show me nothing for real. Like, you're a coach, so you do whatever you want to do, bro. But I want to see that you're really trying to fix something up. Like, I want to see that, like, that secondary, like, you're trying to change something up. You want to change something for the positive. That's what I want to see. Like, I want to see, I want to see certain dudes not being rewarded for inept play and not making plays. Like, for instance, it's wild. Like, I'm not mad. Like, the St. Jude's play that everybody's mad at, like the bomb right out in the corner to to get them field goal range to end the half, right?
Oh, that was awful. Oh,
I wasn't. Like, it's wild. I'm more mad at Chin, I think. And I'm starting to really like Chin because he was the last man defense. And I felt like he was there as a safety. You protect your bad corners. And he was there. He just didn't locate. Like, he didn't locate the ball either, right? and I like Chin. I think Chin's played good football, right? But I didn't want to put that one on. I mean, St. Jude's got beat off the rip, which was ridiculous. He got beat off the rip. At least your safety was there to have your back, right? Your safety was there. And he didn't locate the football. I just feel like this team, things need to be addressed. Certain dudes need to, like, they need to address certain dudes out there in football. For real, yeah.
Like, you bench everybody else.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Who do you go? You bench him. Who do you go to? Right?
Anybody. I don't even care at this point.
So you go back to Emmanuel Forbes?
Go back to Emmanuel Forbes. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, he hasn't shown it. Like,
he might get his hands on the football and take it to the crib. Who knows?
Yeah, but this is my thing. It's like we keep saying, who you gonna bench him for? As if, like, this dude is that much better than, like, this dude is better. Like, we know for a fact that he's better than the dude.
But you're making corners. But that's to my point. You're making corners inactive today. Emmanuel Forbes went inactive, so you couldn't go to nobody else, right?
No, I'm saying in general. I'm just talking about for upcoming weeks. Like, we can't keep putting him out there and saying, like, all right, we gonna reward him. At the end of the day, like, all right, like my man Roy, he's saying, like, he's talking about bench for who? All right, I'm gonna be real. Let me keep it back. I said this on the pregame show. You think Michael Davis should be out there? Because I'm gonna be real. Everybody that I spoke to in training camp, and he's been consistent. Training camp, preseason, that game against the Giants, we really saw him play a lot. He's the worst corner on the team.
He's terrible.
The worst corner. So you keep saying, you say who? I'm being real. He's the worst corner on the team, and he's getting playing time. Let me say it again. He is the worst corner on the team, and he's active. And he is active. So, and just like everything, so people have whoever they feel fits their system or whatever, but he's active. He got playing time, big playing time. So when you say for who, he's out there. Why is he out there? And I said he's the worst corner on the team.
Yeah.
Also, can we I just want to bring this up real quick. What are we doing having coverage busts as bad as the one that got Schoonmaker a touchdown in week 11? Seriously, or week 12? I mean, not knowing two sets of coverage in the secondary. I mean, I'm wondering because remember they struggled early, and then Joe Witt says, "All right, we're simplifying everything," and that seemed to help. Mm-hmm. So what's going on there that we don't know what coverage we're playing, and as a result, you got a tight end who's quite literally 20 yards open. And the only question is whether that ball was going to get overthrown or not.
Yo, at what point does instinct kick in? When you see a guy running past you and you hold on a second. I'd rather that be the example. Okay, I don't forget what the coverage is. I can't let him run past. I don't know, bro. I
thought Quan Martin was over top, but Quan Martin, if you look at the play, Quan Martin went to go double CeeDee Lamb, who's single receiver.
Yep. Who was on the play? I missed it. I got angry.
Quan was on the hash. Quan was a safety, right? And you had Jeremy Chin that was up. Jeremy Chin thought Quan Martin was playing in the middle of the field, but Martin had went over and double CeeDee Lamb on the single coverage on the right side, defensive right. And so, therefore, there was nobody covering the tight end. What it reminds me of, I just watched the documentary yesterday because it was 40 years of the Doug Flutie play. Hail Mary. Remind me of that because no one covered the tight end as well. And he runs straight down the field, and Doug Flutie hits the Hail Mary. So that's what we call it, blown coverage. That blown coverage cost one of the things that cost Washington the game. I didn't see the effort today from the defense that I needed to see, right? The balls, several times the balls were on the ground, and you didn't see Washington come up with the ball. In the earlier games, they won the turnover battle. They came up with those type of footballs. The effort wasn't there today from the defense side because, again, Dallas did everything they could to give this game away. Can we be honest, right?
Yep. Especially in the first half.
Everything they did to give the game away. The difference between Washington and Philly took advantage of Philly took advantage of every turnover from the Cowboys last week. Washington was able to capitalize on that and wasn't able to turn and capitalize on those turnovers, and that was one of the biggest difference. I mean, you got to block punt. Let's be honest. If someone had told you before the day, if someone told you from today, that's the only part that was horrendous, the coverage. But Washington told you today that somebody told you Washington would have got a block punt, a block field goal, would have got a fumble recovery. There was nowhere in the world where you said they'd have lost this football game. Mm-hmm. They got all that today. And they lost the football game. Why? Because, again, turnovers in the red zone. This team in the red zone today were miserable. First of all, third down. I told you they need to win third down. 4 for 12 today in third down, which is terrible, right? Yeah. Terrible. In the red zone again, this team in the red zone, looking at the stats here, red zone, today was pretty decent. It was 2 for 2. But guess what? Should have been there sooner and should have been there quicker. They left points on the board. We talk about Dallas kicked themselves in the foot. If we're really honest, Dallas could have had a 14-0 lead.
Well, Dallas can't. Well, earlier, definitely.
Early in the game, Dallas could have had a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, definitely. I was once something about Rory said. I want to make sure because I think Rory was late. Yeah, Rory, he already got the smoke. Cliff got the smoke.
Oh yeah, no, we've been on.
That's something.
Cliff got the smoke.
The take is cold. The take is high. I mean, high. It's high. We already did him. We did him dirty.
Takes Cliff's name off for this Dallas job.
Yeah,
somebody said that earlier.
We did
the Dallas job.
We said folks already caught up to Cliff. We're there.
So check this out, guys.
Go ahead, bro.
There should only be 3 players activated every week to only do their one job. It should be the long snapper, the punter, and the kicker, right? Yes. So hear me out. And I know this might be an unpopular opinion or whatever, but all pro Revo, if he's not playing no defensive back, I need him to be sat down because I need more defensive back. I need other people on the field that can contribute to the defensive secondary. He doesn't play anything but special teams. And I'm look.
Oh, the linebacker you're talking about. Yeah.
No, just Jeremy Reeves.
Oh, Reeves. You talking about Reeves?
Yeah.
Oh, you said Reeves.
Yeah,
Oh, you said Reeves. Okay.
Yeah. Who got circle button on that
Hit the B button
on that return. Yeah, bruh. Come on.
He lost his soul.
But I feel like, man, like you have to have guys because you're only activating 45. You have to have guys that can contribute in all phases of this game.
Yeah.
When your defensive secondary is one of the biggest questions on this football field, I don't need you to deactivate any of those. I need all those guys to be active because we need to be able to go to those guys in different situations and be able to try something different. But when you're stuck with Noah Igbenogany and Benjamin St. Poot every week trying to cover your corners, you're stuck. You can't go to nobody else. And then Sandra still gets caught up in situations where they're moving him all around, but even he's not ready to play those guys. Bro, they need a full overhaul in the cornerback room, and like forget all the relationships because that's why Igbenogany is there. But I mean, better at what? Missing tackles on special teams.
Mitty got to stop. Mitty got to stop, though.
Yeah,
Mitty. Don't keep saying that, Mitty.
You got to
stop. Come on, Mitty.
You got to stop, Brody.
The kicker get the sauce. Don't miss extra points. Let's be honest. Can we be honest? We got a new kicker because the kicker missed extra points in Tampa.
No, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right.
Absolutely right. So guess what? Austin Servant doesn't get no pass here, right?
No, he don't. But I want to say this.
All you do is practice. I do this in high school kids. All you do is practice kicking all day.
Yeah. I don't think he gets. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. He deserved to smoke. My man. Somebody said in the chat, and I agree. Like we probably rushed him back for real.
Rushed him back.
No, I think that's a good point.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe we should have went with Zane Gonzalez another week if he hadn't missed.
George, I was about to say that he probably rushed himself back because Zane Gonzalez played very well.
Yeah.
And he might have rushed himself back. But I mean, because did he have what type of injury did he have? He had like a hip.
A hip pointer.
Hip.
Yeah, I mean, as somebody you kick, you need that. You know what I'm saying? And I agree, Gonzalez should come back. But overall this season, Seibert has done very well.
Very well. I know.
It's just the reason why I can't put this game on him is because we shouldn't even have been in this situation anyway.
Facts. Yeah.
We shouldn't have been in this situation anyway. This is what happens when you don't handle your business and take care of business earlier. This is what comes with playing football. Where any game, just think about it. If Adam Vinatieri had missed all them kicks, the Patriots wouldn't be Super Bowl champions as many times. You know what I'm saying? But this is what it comes down to is that we didn't take care of business when we should have. You know what I'm saying? Because when your teams take care of business, you can afford to miss field goal. You can afford to miss extra point because they can, the offense can get it done. But no, we should have taken care of business a long time ago, and we didn't do that. So when you do that, these are situations you put yourself in. These are the same situations like when we talked about the ref. You don't want to leave the games up to the ref. Well, if you don't leave it up to the refs, they won't have to play into that situation. You should have taken care of business, and that's something we didn't do. But I do like Seibert because let me tell you, he's been the best kicker that we've had in the building in the past 15 years. He's been the best kicker that we've had here. And I can't even get on for that. So kickers have a bad day because they're not saying that about Aubrey. Aubrey on the Dallas Cowboys side, he had a bad day, but they're not going to do anything with him because he has a leg, out of this world. So I'm gonna give him smoke, but not as much smoke as some people like cut him, give it. No, man.
Nah, I ain't doing all that.
Football, nah.
Ain't doing all that. Ain't cutting him because Justin Tucker missed cut kicks last week for the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
They could have won the football game for them. Not cutting the kid. Not cutting the guy.
And somebody said it in the chat talking about depth. That's the thing we got to keep reminding ourselves. This roster was almost halfway to more than half of it was turned over. There wasn't enough talent here. We got to trust that this front office is going to get more talent in this building and is going to try to rectify some of these things that, let's be honest, they could not rectify right away because there was just too many things to rectify. So we got to think about that too, is that you were not going to fix this whole house in one off season and one draft. It was impossible. They've done as good a job patchworking it as they can. But more wholesale changes will be on the way next year with free agency and a draft. And again, I'm going to trust Adam Peters on that sort of stuff.
I got a question for y'all, if I can.
Real quick, yeah.
Why does it feel like we just we just look so sluggish. Like these last couple games, we just look bad. Like I don't know if it's a combination of Jaden play calling and like scheme, but it's just like we don't look the same. And I don't think it's that teams have found us out, because let me tell you something. Like Jaden didn't reinvent the wheel with what he's doing. Like offenses all around the league run these types of offense. Like I don't think we got found out. I think it's more on us not being effective versus other teams finding us out. What do y'all think?
This is what it is, DH, and this is what I've looked at and I thought about it. It is first down, right? If you look at today, first down, Cliff Kingsbury became predictable on first down, right? He ran the football, and then second down became third and long, or third and medium, and he wasn't able to get those short 3rd and 2s or 3rd and 3s like they would normally get. And it's been that way for the last 3 weeks. It's been his play calling on first down that has put this team in a positions to have to do something they don't do on third down, which is the 3rd and long mediums. And then when you are in the 3rd and longs or the 3rd and mediums, guys have not been able to catch the ball, and offensive and teams have been able to get more pressure against Jaden Daniels, and the offensive line has not been consistent. Plain and simple. Offensive line had been moving pieces. Wiley was out today. Coleman went out. So you've had Scott in. So you missing some pieces, and as it were, the offensive line is banged up, and he's not getting what he used to. And the push that they were getting early on, they're not getting offensively. So and to take it to Dallas' point, they were putting 6 or 7 guys in the box, right? And making it Darren Washington to throw the football. So,
hey, y'all, I put the link in the chat. So if y'all want to come in and comment about what happened today, you got about a minute, to say so. But yeah, I got my man Paul. He pulled up. So, hey, Paul, what's good, homie?
What up, gentlemen?
What up,
What's up, Paul, man? All right, so
what's
man,
up,
the vibe.
Paul?
Hey, the vibe, bro. Let it be known.
The vibe is this, like I told you, Wale. I cut it off with a 13-9. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because they play with no sense of urgency. None whatsoever. Y'all laughed at when I said they need to bring that Wiley up for running back. They have no speed at running backs, and DH pointed to that. They have bring Cole Turner up, because the dogs you got now, the veterans not hunting on offense. They can't get no separation. They can't catch. Other than Terry, I could scheme up the way to beat Washington. I'll just bracket Terry, pressure Jay, make a run, put a spy. So when he run right, I got a guy to beat him there.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
And
defense?
Go ahead. No, I'm with you. No, go ahead. Continue. Finish your time, bro.
On defense, I'm throwing at 25 all day, regardless where you at. I'm going to run to the left side I'm going to run to the right side, which is the offense's left side. I'm running the ball left every time. Splitting tackles at the ends. For some reason, the tackle in the end don't have no type of communication, because it's the same run the Giants did and everybody else did from week 2 on. Same exact run. When they run a toss left, same play. I'm throwing short, quick passes. Waller, to your point, and Glenn, this is why I just went, whoa. The running game was important to Dallas. Even though it's 4.5 yards per carry, they controlled the tempo the whole game. So Cooper was in 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4. He could just throw quick out. He could throw a quick out to CD Lamb all day. So they were nickel and diming us to death.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm like, Cliff, flip it. Nickel and dime them to death. When we did that, we moved the ball. When we went quick, we moved the ball. Then all of a sudden, we want to go back to 5-7-step play action and read the field, and nothing's there.
Yeah, I agree with you, Paul, man. That's the thing. That's the thing too, in terms of for Jayden and Cliff. It just, and DH, we all said it. I mean, we were talking about, you see it like, let's see how, and I always wanted this. Like, I always wanted like Washington used Terry, like Dallas used CD. Like, they move CD everywhere. They don't let you target. Like, they'll put CD on the linebacker. They'll make sure CD's on the nickel corner. CD ain't really, a lot of times CD ain't on your best corner. Like, your best corner ain't checking CD. So, like, I wish that, I know Cliff, that's Cliff's system. That's what he runs. He did that with D-Hop. They always had that wide receiver one on that one side, and that's it. And he don't really rotate him off of that. But I wish he would, though. You know what I'm saying? But to your point, like, that's why I ain't like, I ain't like in terms of how the defense played, is like they allowed them to be in 3rd and short or 2nd and short.
Exactly.
And if you got a dude like Cooper Rush, of course he can have more success that way. If you get him in 3rd and long, then you pretty much chances are you're gonna win the down. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I'm with you, bro. Hey, man, thanks for being on, man. I always appreciate you, Paul, man.
Thanks,
Later.
Paul.
Thanks,
Appreciate it.
Paul.
Later, y'all. Peace out.
Hey, appreciate it, Paul.
Well,
Appreciate it, sir.
Yeah, Paul's the man. But yeah, like I agree. That's the thing. Like yeah, man. I know Paul frustrated. Yeah, I would definitely like him. Like I'm starting to like. He was right. I used to be like, we don't need Turner out there, but I'm starting to agree with. I'm not Turner. Wiley. I'm starting to agree with Paul now. Maybe we need that extra dude out there.
You need, bro. Let me tell you, man. Like, because I mean, and I really hate this perspective, but Brian Robinson has proved that he cannot stay healthy. He cannot be the primary focus of the offense because he cannot stay healthy. And now what's going to happen too? I don't know what's going on with Eckler. You know, he took that shot at the end of the game. I feel like it was more shoulder than like head or neck.
Yeah,
but he's probably going to be out. Bro, you have to find this, and I think it's only going to be in the draft, but you need a home run hitting type of running back, because imagine how much better the screen game for the running back would be if you really have somebody legitimately that could take it to the house, right?
Yeah.
This is one decision that I may disagree with the movement of Adam Peters. I think Gibson could have helped us.
Oh, yeah.
Like I think could have been a help for us this year, especially seeing as though how much he throws to the running back. I think he could have helped us.
I'll let you spin it.
I mean, hey, look, it's all hyperbole and it's all hypothetical because we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying at this point, we definitely need somebody that can, hit home runs from the backfield.
I'm gonna put this question out there, man. My man Darno has a good question about the faith the faith we have on this squad right now. Do you guys still think we make the playoffs? Also, does J.N. win the offense rookie of the year? All right, so I can answer these. I can answer one, both of them probably.
Let everybody answer. I want to hear everybody.
All right, that. Right now, I mean, I got to be real. Right now, I'm gonna say no. Right now, making the playoffs, I'm gonna say no to both. Right now, as it is now, I think Bo Nix like put himself in line because of the way Jaden is playing, which I don't. This is why I don't. And I kind of wanted to bring this up. We all agree, like you want your rookie quarterback looking good, looking better at towards the end of the season because you want to show progression, right? That's all. It's about progression, not regression, right? Like that's the whole goal. So you can make the argument, like if you're watching all these rookie quarterbacks right now, and I'm not blaming Jaden. It could be OC, whatever. It could be a lot of things, right? The rookie quarterbacks that are on that top of the list are all getting better. If you look at they're all getting better. The ones that we're talking are getting better. Bo Nix is getting better. Caleb is getting better. And when they fired the OC, are we saying is Jaden better right now, or is he a little bit worse? We can agree that Jaden looks worse, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from this season.
It's from this season, right?
He started fast and everybody else started slow.
Right. So we can make in terms of finishing out strong, yeah. Like I ain't say Caleb. I think Bo Nix is rookie of the year right now.
Can I answer next?
Go ahead, DH. I go next after you.
Okay. Because I am a guest, right? No, I'm joking.
No.
No. All right. So playoffs, I think yes, but by a very small chance. Because I've said on previous shows that I'm not scared of anybody else on our schedule, but now I'm deathly afraid because the team hasn't proven to me that they deserve to be favored or that they deserve to not be taken or just to believe that they could beat anybody else on the schedule, because they got Tennessee next, they got Atlanta, they got New Orleans, they got Philly again, and they got Dallas again. Nobody on that schedule is like, oh yeah, we definitely gonna beat them, because we said that for the past couple weeks and it hadn't happened.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So no, so I think we barely make the playoffs. I think we get to 10 wins. I do think we get to 10 wins. I'm hoping we get to 10 wins.
Are you saying this? I don't want to cut you off. Are you saying this as like DH the fan, or like as like trying to take yourself out of the situation?
No, I'm trying to take myself out of the situation.
Okay, all right.
I truly believe that they'll, and like I said, I've always believed in the coaching staff, even while I hate the fact that they give us a bunch of coach speak and stuff. I do believe that they're going to try to right this thing, and I do believe we'll able to be able to get some wins. I think today really showed what they need to do best, and it needs to be a straight read option type offense, and we need to play up tempo and fast. And play like our hair is on fire, because you saw when at the end of the game they were able to just get down and score. So we need to do something different. But I do think we will sneak into the playoffs. I think if Bo Nix continues to play on the pace that he's playing, he will win Rookie of the Year by only a small margin. And I say that because Bo Nix throws a lot of touchdown passes, and in that division, him getting wins, like, it's only going to help him out. I do think it's gonna be a 1-2 race between them two, but I mean, if you ask Jaden, he prefer to make the playoffs than win the Rookie of the Year. That's what he'll tell you. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think we'll make the playoffs. I don't think he'll win the Rookie of the Year if Bo Nix continues to play well.
Yeah, go ahead, George. You answered the question.
If they win next week against Tennessee and can get to that bye that they desperately need. Yes. And if they make the playoffs, even if Jaden is not the best rookie, and after today, he's not, he will win Rookie of the Year, because the best rookie is not a quarterback. The best rookie is Brock Bowers. And they don't give non-quarterbacks. They don't give non-quarterbacks Rookie of the Year, even if they're the best player, because the people that vote on these things are too stupid to do it. I honestly think it's stupidity. Because I know CJ Stroud was great last year, but Puka Nacua broke records.
Yeah, he did.
And couldn't get Rookie of the Year. That's insane. And that was insane to me. Even as good as Stroud was last year, Puka Nacua should have got it. He was if you're talking about who the best rookie was, Stroud was the most valuable rookie. Nacua was the best rookie. Brock Bowers is the best rookie right now. No question about it in my mind. But he won't get it. And if Washington makes the playoffs, and look, this is George the fan speaking. I'm not taking myself out of it like DH and Wole have done. I really feel like the bye could be the panacea from them, because they are on fumes. We've seen it. I thought the 10 days was going to be enough. DH is right. Glenn is right. Wole, you're all right. They look tired going into this game, and the way they played. They just got to find a way to beat Tennessee somehow. And I can't believe I'm saying that after this week, but you have to. And if they can get to that bye, I really think they can come out and win the rest of their games after that bye. I really believe that. But they have got to win next week, get to that bye, and get healthy. Get Lattimore on this field, because God knows they need him at this point. And then let's see what will happen from there. But I'm going to be optimistic and say yes to both, because I think if they make the playoffs, he does get Rookie of the Year, even if he's not the best rookie, which to me he's not right now.
Because Lev is going to uncork that thing too next week. Lev is going to throw that ball next week.
And
well, he's also going to throw it to the other team, because he does plenty of that.
They just beat the Texans in Houston, so I give no faith to anything. So, hey, Glenn, how about you, bro?
One week at a time. You know, DH, I know you're the guest, but they sent Roger home on Sister as well. All right.
Go home, Roger.
Go home, Roger. Yeah. All right, George, keep my fandom in there. This team makes the playoff. I'm gonna tell you why this team makes the playoff, because everybody behind them is from the NFC West, and they're gonna beat each other up.
Okay.
That is why anybody that can catch Washington, Rams are at the 8th seed, Seahawks are at the 9th seed, 49ers are at the 10th seed, and they're all gonna beat each other. Washington just has to win football games. That's why they're in the driver's seat. Yeah. And so I think this team does make the playoffs. Wally, you said something earlier. Quarterbacks got to be playing their best football. You got to be playing your best football not in November. You got to play it in December.
Yeah.
And I think Jaden Daniels will start playing his better football in December. Go through this curve. And what people remember, the last thing that you do is what people remember and what people see. Yeah. And so what happens in December when this team starts cooking a little bit, and this is not fandom. I'm just looking at the schedule.
I'm just gonna let you go.
I'm feeling it though.
This is not fandom. Man. This is looking at what's going on. Bo Nix still have to play Kansas City again. They still got to play some tough teams in their division. And this Bronco team who's sitting at 7, you got a hungry Miami Dolphin team behind them. You got a Colt team that is coming behind them. So if you can't give rookie of the year to a guy who may not make the playoffs, they both in the same spot. They both sitting in the 7th spot. Yeah. And George, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna tell you one rookie of the year that's gonna win rookie of the year next year. That's not gonna be the quarterback. Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Yes. Of course, he might win defensive rookie of the year because he's playing corner.
Yeah, so remember that. So let me see. This is the thing. There's a lot of projection. There's a lot of projection in what you all are saying, but we're going off the track. What's going on now? Like now, it's not about what we think's going to happen or what we're assuming we hope to happen. It's about projection now, as he looks now. I'm not going to assume that he's going to look better in week, because December is like 2 weeks away. Like it's right around the corner. Yeah. I'm not going to assume that he's going to be better in December, period. Because, and also we're going to be fair about track. Is the same thing we talked about prior with Cliff Kingsbury. We all said he gets worse. He's getting worse now because people have now figured him out, and that's his track record. So we put 2 and 2 together. To be fair, this is my point. To be fair, I'm just saying it's like the stock market. I'm not going to say the stock is down. Oh yeah, it looks like it's going up. No, the stock is going down. So I'm going to assume that I'm gonna wait out. Like, all right, like it ain't looking good. It ain't no temper. It ain't no element that says it's getting better. There's no element that's saying it's getting better.
To your point, if you go stat by stat, the Cat did have 76 rushing yards today, 245. Yeah, they might have lost the game. They might have lost the game.
But we all watched the. No, we're not doing stats. We watched the game.
But you got to do stats.
No. I'm talking about playing. No. I'm talking about play. I'm not even going stats.
But when you go rookie of the year,
football game, who watch Bo Nix? If you watch Bo
Nix, am I lying? People who vote for it.
I get you. But you also got to vote. You vote on winning games at the same time. You vote on winning games at the same time. When you watch Bo Nix, and this is who votes on the folks who vote. The rookie of the year, rookie of the week is fans. So I'm not. Don't get me on that.
I'm talking about rookie of the year. The reporters who
rookie of the week is fans. That is fan. That's a fan vote. That is not the rookie of the month is a different type of thing. Fan votes are weeks. Months are more of the players and like the people pointing it out there. So that's those 2 separate things. All I'm saying is that when you're watching the football game, I'm going to DH. I got you. When you're watching a football game, who looks like they're getting better and who looks like they're going backwards? That's the argument. That's for me. I'm not judging. I'm not saying anything else. I'm saying as is net. I grade everything. Just like when you asked me about Cliff Kingsbury in the beginning of the season, I ain't say he don't get worse in the second half. I said I'm judging him off of how he is now, and how he is now. He's going to get. We're looking really good. So you're going to be. I'm going to be fair to that person who said it about Cliff. I'm going to be fair in this situation about Cliff and this offense. If you tell me, Wally or Wole, you go by how folks know me. If you ask me and say, "Hey, what do you think is going to happen in the next weeks and weeks on?" I'm going to tell you for how they look now, it don't look good. That's it.
To that point, Wally, if you'd have asked us 6 weeks ago about Jaden Daniels, nobody would have projected this downfall.
Exactly.
So we would have said that we don't think he's going to get worse. We think he's be playing at this level or better. But to Glenn's point, and I will say this, at the end of the day, when they are getting, rookie of the year, they are going to look at those stats. Yes, we watched the game and saw that those stats was in garbage time.
That's true.
But unfortunately, I mean, those stats still count. You know what I'm saying? Just like with an interception. If the ball gets tipped and they catch it, they still count it as a pick for them. And you still get the credit for the interception. So granted, yes, the stats do count. But when we're talking about the team as a whole and we're watching the game and the performance, a lot of those stats were in garbage time. But when it comes to voting for those awards and stuff, the stats do matter. Yeah. But I mean, look, nobody would have said that Jaden was gonna take this step back. He's been playing dynamic all season, right? Exactly. So the fact that it is starting to happen, it is slowing down. The team is slowing down. I definitely think at this point in time, it could be, kind of shaky in the eyes of the voters because right now, Bo Nix is starting to play better while we're starting to go backwards and play worse. So I think at the end of the year, what it boils down to is playoffs, and then it's how you're playing to get into the playoffs. If we're able to get back on track and be able to beat some teams handily, and Jaden is still doing his thing, cool. On that other side, Bo Nix, they're gonna have a tough time trying to make the playoffs. They're just gonna have because they've already lost a lot of games, so they're gonna have a tough time trying to make the playoffs. But if he continues to play well, and he might be able to sneak in the playoffs, They probably will. But to George's point as well, and George was cooking earlier, that's
He
a
was.
quarterback award. You know what I'm saying? But definitely should be some other guys that should be in the running for that. And just like last year with Pookie, you know what I'm saying? He definitely should have got that award because of how he played. But yeah, it's all subjective who you ask. But you know.
Yeah, I just feel like I need to I need a glimmer of hope. I need something to say like, all right, this team is showing me something positive.
But y'all were, you know what? As y'all were talking, I was starting to feel like I don't feel as bad anymore about the L. Granted,
Why?
it's an L that we took, but like one thing about this team, and it showed me that even with the losses, you saw in a small vacuum the ability to score at any moment. You know what I'm saying? You see the ability to make a play out of nowhere. And it's like once you get better as a whole team, you'll have less of those plays because you'll be winning games like you're supposed to win games. But I still have the hope and the faith in this squad and do believe that they can rectify the ship and right it and get better because, I mean, they're going to give effort. They're going to try. They're not going to give up because they could have easily gave up at the end of this game.
Yes.
We just gotta make the plays and do what we're supposed to do. You know what I mean? It's tough, you know, to give up 2 special teams return touchdowns, which is funny, even though the last one was in garbage time. I really wish he would have went down because Eckler doesn't hurt if he just goes down and take a knee.
Right.
Yeah.
But it happens.
But you know what I'm saying on this one? I look at this season for the Washington Commanders, and I think I said a couple weeks ago, you're playing with house money. No one ever thought you would be this place.
This is true.
You are playing with house money, right?
Very true.
So guess what? You're playing against yourself. You're not playing against anybody else. And what happened? Our expectations gotten high when they were 7-2. Our expectations got up there, and we say, "Oh, what? This team should be here. This team should be ranked here." And the whole time you're playing with house money. It's like when you're in Vegas, DH, right?
That's somebody to go.
You're playing with Vegas and house money, and you up, baby. We up. Eventually, the house starts to win.
But also, too, when you're on that roulette table and you're playing with house money, you got to know when to leave. You got to know when to give. You got to know when to quit. And when you're playing with house money, you got to know that I'm taking full advantage of the house right now. But you still got to play your game properly in order to leave with the house money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's important to understand. Right, we're not expecting this, but it's like, yeah, we're not expecting it, but keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, keep doing it. You know, so that's the way they need to do, and they need to keep moving. And so again, I look at it as a bad loss. If someone had told you the season, and I don't want to project, but if someone had told you in the season they were split with Dallas and they split with Philly, you would take it.
If you told me Cooper Rush was a quarterback, I would say no in that sweep with Dallas. That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's
here.
George, y'all been around for a long time. History has it that Washington has lost to Dallas regardless of who the quarterback is.
No, I agree with you, but
I know, and
but you're telling me if Washington, or this is the thing. Everything has to be in its context too, though. If you begin of the season, yes. But if you told me and you put the caveat, because people do that, but you put the caveat that Cooper Rush is the quarterback, Dak's out for the season, Trayvon Diggs is out.
They've lost 5 games in a row.
DeMarcus Lawrence isn't out there. If you ask me, could they beat this team? Should they beat the Cowboys and at home? I would tell you yes.
And you talking about at the beginning of the season before you saw Jaden Daniels play? You saw.
I would say before anything in camp. If you told me in camp they weren't going to have Cooper Rush out there, Diggs wasn't playing, I would say yes. Washington's beating Dallas.
I don't know because Cooper Rush came here and beat us and smoked us one year.
He had way better team around him then. He had a way better team around him then.
Jack Del Rio. With Dan Quinn, I'm gonna say one more time. Watching camp, if you told me they had Cooper Rush, Diggs out, they had no running game, I would tell you we beat this team.
So that would have been one of the 5-6 wins that you gave us this season. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
If you tell me Dak ain't playing, I'm telling you they beating them. If you tell me Dak ain't playing, I'm telling you they beat them.
In that big Circa Survivor contest, the $14 million one they have out there in Vegas, Washington was tied for the most picked team this week. Uh-huh. So the gamblers who have survived all the other landmines up to now thought Washington was winning today. And look what, and they lost. And look, I mean, that is
And 10-point favorites. What, 10 and a
yeah,
half?
10 and the biggest favorite they've been for how long? For how many years?
That's why you never bet on this team. Let's be honest. When they've never been successful when they 10.5 points.
Trash, just trash.
It is. It is. But they just, if they can get through, find a way to win next week and get to that bye, they can turn this around. But they've got to, if you think this was a must win, next week is a must win, all caps, bold, and underlined.
Who defense you think better, the Titans or the Texans? I mean, Titans or the Cowboys? Who defense you think better? You know who's better?
I think the Cowboys defense is better, honestly.
No, it's not better. The Titans.
I mean, the Titans defense is pretty bad.
It's
Coach
fierce.
Coach said he won that money today. Coach said he won that money.
Defense is better than Titan defense is better than the Cowboys defense.
Hey yo,
the only problem with the Cowboys, the only issue with the Titans, I mean the Titans defense is that their offense keeps them on the field all the time. Yeah, he got it. Look, Coach, Titans defense is way better than the Cowboys defense.
Actually, at this point, you know who I'm worried about next week? That Westbrook Akine, because he got another dadgum touchdown this week.
I'm just telling you, like the difference is between the Titans. The Titans are like we said this earlier. It's like the Browns. Like the Browns their offense don't score enough, so it keeps their defense out. The Titans are the same way.
The defense
but
keeps
now,
the game.
But could you trust we just saw here? Do you really trust this defense right now? Their secondary. No. Do you trust this?
I trust Will Levis to be bad enough. I'm going to trust Will Levis to be bad enough.
Bro, you're not going to see Marshawn.
Hey George, how good the Texans? How good the Texans? George, is the Texans defense good? The Texans defense aren't they good?
They're okay.
They're good. They put up 30 on them.
No, I know, and I've also watched Will Levis make two of the worst plays a quarterback's made this year.
He makes big boneheaded plays. I agree, but
nobody does that against Washington.
My point is, like, this game is not even close to being like an easy game.
No. I agree with that.
After today,
there's no such thing after today,
and you got to say to yourself, "I'm scared."
No, absolutely. No, that's true. There's no such thing as an easy game after today, but they're a 2 or 3 win team, and we just got to find some kind of a way to do it. I don't know how.
Thank you.
Like I'm not taking the same attitude that I took this week. Yeah, I don't care if we win by 1 point next week. Just win the dadgum game.
Facts, George. They scored 32. Yeah, I know, 32. I know. I guess a good defense too. If you watch the Texans, they got a good defense too. 32. And now they going down.
But true to this point though, I also think the years of being able to predict and determine in advance how you're going to perform based upon a previous week, that's done.
Yeah, I feel that.
Every week it's so much parity. You know what I'm saying? It changes from week to week, so I can't even base that anymore about how a team performed against one team because that's dead. I just think to George's point. Regardless if it's by 1 or 100, just win the game. Yeah. Win the game. Go into your bye week on a high. Go into your bye week believing that you're about to get this break, and in the last quarter of the season, whatever you got to do to get the 10 wins to get into the playoffs, just do it. That's it.
Because if this team if you don't want to go on a bye week on a 4-game losing streak,
no, you don't.
That is a long bye week.
Oh yeah, I mean that can definitely happen the way Cliff is coaching games right now.
Yes. And really, Cliff is the one that's got to get all the smoke this week from the report.
Like Cliff, we had Cowboys got one of the worst rush defenses, and Cliff want to go out there throwing the ball. Amazing, just amazing. You want to set the tone throwing the football when you don't get me started, man. It's just like Cliff is an interesting dude, man. He's an interesting dude. But we got to knock this show. We got to close the show out, man. Appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Paul for chiming in as well. Yeah, man. This is a tough one. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. It's a tough one. I was expecting a win, and I didn't get it. And now, I feel like this team has totally let me down. They you know what I hate? Before I close the show, I'm be real. You know what I hate is that they up my hopes, man. And I was cool with not having hopes. Like I was good with not having hopes. I was like, yeah, we're going. It's cool. We lose, whatever. It is what it is. But nah, they decided to not give me that. They decided to make life a pain. Thank you, Washington. Thank you for like ring. When I was so like chill, it was like, yeah, we ain't making it. We gonna win like 5 games. I was good with that. I was saying Travis Hunter Bowl. I was good with all of that. And y'all didn't mess it up now. I didn't say I went from Travis Hunter Bowl so we're going to the Super Bowl. Now I'm like, I don't even know how many games we can actually win now. Now I'm like annoyed at the whole process. You know what I'm saying? You want a full screen, Paul? You want full screen? When we go full, I'll go full screen with you, Paul. You want this? Oh, that's Glenn. You going full? I got Glenn full screen.
No, you going full screen, man. I ain't going full screen. They don't want to see. They don't want to see. They don't want to see my rant because they don't want to see my.
Why
rant.
you got? Hold on. I can't even. It won't
I got you right now.
You got me. All right, here we go. Like the pain I feel right now is just so much. It's like I was so good with the Travis Hunter Bowl. Like y'all have no idea. Like I was like I took my emotions out of it. Like I really did. All of my emotions were gone. But then, you know what I mean? But then they had to go on a winning streak. They had to beat Cincinnati on Monday night. They had to mollywop Carolina. They had to mollywop the Arizona Cardinals. They had to do all this good stuff. And then I'm like, dang, we may be really good. We may be a Super Bowl contender. And then what? And then we lost. We lost to the Steelers. I'm like, we lost to the Ravens. Like, we compete with the Ravens, though. We competed though. Like, we can test the Ravens in Baltimore. Then we can beat anybody. Then we played the Steelers eventually. I was like, and then the Steelers like we lost, but Jay still played well. I mean, it was a good game, whatever. Like Hail Murray, God loves us. We on the side. Everything was good. You know what I mean? And then like we lose to the Eagles. A little bit of me started feeling a certain way. Just a little bit of me started feeling a certain way. This game put me all the way the wrong way. Like I'm like, damn, man. Like, you gonna do this to me? You gonna drag me in? I was out. Now you gonna drag me in? I didn't want to be in. I was cool being out. And Glenn knows I said rebuild. I was cool with rebuild. Then I said retool. Now I'm like, I want to go back to rebuild. We lost to a sorry Cowboys team. I gotta sit and watch that crap for real. Like I had to be calm. Like I had to be real freaking calm. And we lost to the Cowboys with Cooper freaking Rush. Cooper Rush. I can't even say the running back's name, but he's trash. We made him look like Emmitt Smith. Are we gonna really do this? Are we really gonna do this? And also, are we gonna start holding folks accountable? We lost to the Cowboys, man. This is like the second worst team. George, we were what in terms of Vegas? What were the odds? We were 10 point?
We were 10.5-point favorites.
We were supposed to dominate. We saw this team on Monday night. We saw them against the Texans. We saw them. They quit. We played quitters and made quitters look good. Mm-hmm. We made quitters look good. Man, I'm over it, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm over it. So when I tell y'all, man, I'm done with hope, man. Show me that you something. Show me that you something. Because you showing me that you ain't for it. You know what I mean? Like, so you got me content now. Now I'm back to being content. I went from being the fan to now I'm content again. I'm bringing myself back. So when y'all ask me how many games they're going to win, I'm going to say nothing. Because I don't even want anything. I don't want because you show me nothing. So I'm going to give you what you show me. Nothing. You know what I mean? You want to show me that? You want to win games? You about to make the playoffs? Show me something. But don't ask me how many games they're going to win and who's going to do this, who's going to do that. Because what you show me is nothing. You show me zero. You show me nothing. You lost to the Cowboys at home. We talking about building up a brand, building up a culture. You know we sticking here about Cowboy fans, man. My cousin out here he out here texting me about he a Cowboy fan. My young cousin that he texted me, he a Cowboy fan, showing me all memes and joking around. He was quiet the whole time. Now he feel good. He could talk to me now. My cousin felt like he could talk to me now. We lost to the Cowboys with nothing. They were about nothing. They were quitters. We lost to quitters. Man, Dan Quinn, you better have them. You better talk to your boys, talk to your coaches, and get things right. Because fans like me ain't having it. I'm done.
I don't think there's nothing else anybody can say, right?
Hey, man, you fade to black on that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thank y'all for joining us, rocking with us in the chat. Everybody that chimed in. Hey,
We out.
Like, subscribe.